Hi, I'm meteorologist Doug Myers with your forecast heading into this Thursday. And boy, what a nice day it was yesterday, at least temperature-wise. You had to battle a lot of wind, though, yesterday. But hopefully you were able to enjoy the warm day because big changes are arriving for today. Now, keep in mind, we do not have a midday today because of basketball. And our newscast this afternoon will be at 4 o'clock and then from 5 to 6 before basketball resumes at 6. So our 6 o'clock technically goes from 5:30 to 6. So just keep that in mind. But all things considered, pretty confident in how today's going to play out. It's going to turn colder, it's going to be windy, and we're going to have precipitation. That's what we're dealing with today. There's really not a whole lot of wiggle room. Yeah, maybe models are different as far as how quickly the cold front moves through, how much precipitation we're going to get, but generally speaking, make sure you're bundled up today because you will need to bundle up. You won't need to this morning as much, but you want to make sure you have the layers to have it ready to go for this afternoon if you're going to be out and about for today. Supercast increases our rain through the day. I'm not sure why this computer model isn't bringing us the rain that we have, but we will have rain, and then it could have a little bit of a wintry mix as we head towards this afternoon. Notice computer models are still indicating above freezing temperatures. That's important because even if it comes down to snow, above freezing temperatures will limit how much snow is able to accumulate. That could mean reduced visibility as the snow is falling, so just something to be mindful of. And temperatures by 8 o'clock when the precipitation starts to wind down or so, we'll have temperatures still above freezing for most areas. Now, while we may not have accumulation and while it may be wet or slushy, as temperatures drop below freezing for tonight, that may need some icy conditions and black ice in some areas as we head into tonight and tomorrow morning. Wind chill value-wise, it's just going to turn downright cold. As I mentioned, models are just a little bit off in some areas. So in general, we're looking at most spots having this cool down by 2 o'clock at the very latest. Some models are just a little bit quicker by 1 o'clock. Other models have it by 3. But going for 2. Going for 2 with most models with temperatures in the 30s and 40s, wind chills in the 20s and maybe even teens, especially as we head towards this evening, and then cooling down into the teens by Friday morning. All right, so how much precipitation can we get? Well, the computer model that I showed you with the precipitation, this is what it's showing on the potential rainfall precipitation. It's not heavy, and this is roughly about what most computer models are indicating. Some models are like the graph in the European, the top ones are showing a little bit heavier in the blue, which indicates at least a ½ inch worth. It's possible, but I really think most areas will get anywhere between 1/10 of an inch and 1/4 inch worth of precipitation. Now, as far as the snow is concerned, I'm not too concerned about it. We're not seeing much in the way of snow. The graph there, top left, that was the one I showed you. Again, it's not a lot, and especially with temperatures above freezing, but certainly just something to be aware of. Here's another computer model that wasn't within those 4 panels, again, less than 1 inch. So I'm really not too concerned about snowfall accumulation, but I certainly am concerned about the roads being slushy and then possibly icy for tonight into tomorrow, and the winds, which would, of course, lead to reduced visibility as the snow is falling. Very windy today, much like yesterday, but this time with the winds out of the north-northwest behind the front, and then, it's going to be breezy tomorrow. It at least is not quite as bad as these past couple of days. But colder air continues to move in. We'll be in the mid-40s tomorrow for St. Patrick's Day, and then even colder for Saturday. I think we get down into the teens for several areas for both Saturday and Sunday mornings, 30s and 40s for the weekend, and then warming back in the 50s and 60s next week with an opportunity for rain as we get towards the second half of the work week, maybe even a few thunderstorms, especially as we get towards Thursday. So that'll be something to watch for as we get into next week. So the improvements are going to be with us next week. We just have to get through these next several days. But at least for most areas, we will have plenty of sun, especially once we get into Friday and the weekend. So that'll help with the cold temperatures that we'll have to deal with. In the meantime, stay safe out there on the roadways, and we'll continue to keep you updated. If there are any changes in between the morning show and 4 o'clock show, we will let you know via Facebook and the WIBW weather app. But generally speaking, we're pretty confident in how it's all going to play out for today. Bundle up and be careful out on the roadways.